it's story time. This is an assignment for Red River College, Library and Information Technology. So, it's story time, and the first story we're going to read is called Old Bear by Kevin Hanks. And here he is, Old Bear. It's the fall, and the leaves are coming down. Take a look at that. And there's a few snowflakes. Uh-oh, what's Old Bear going to do? You can see how everything's all brown. And he's sitting there thinking, I guess it's time to get ready for bed. So off he goes to find his den. By the time Old Bear fell asleep for the winter, it was snowing hard. There he is tucked in his den, sleeping. And soon he was dreaming. Yes, do you dream when you're sleeping? He dreamed that spring had come and that he was a cub again. He dreamed that the flowers were as big as trees, and he took a nap in a giant pink crocus. You see the little bear sleeping? Yeah, there he is. He's in a big, big flower. And then he dreamed that it was summer and the sun was a daisy, and that the leaves were like butterflies. And then part of the sky clouded over, and it rained blueberries. Bears love to eat blueberries. Next he dreamt it was autumn. Everything was yellow and orange and brown, and even the birds and the fish in the water in his dream. And can you see the little bear in the picture? Yeah, there he is up in the tree. And after that, he dreamt that it was winter came back. And the world was covered in ice. And it was night, and the sky was blazing with stars of all colors. And the night and the cold went on forever. Brrr. Have you been out at night and seen the big starry sky? Fun, eh? Old Bear slept and dreamed and slept. And you can see him turning over in his bed. And then what's this? A little bit of light. Do you wake up when it gets light in the morning? When he finally woke up, it seemed to him that no time had passed since he had fallen asleep. He yawned. He stretched. Oh! Do you like to yawn and stretch when you wake up in the morning? Feels good. He poked his head out of his den to see if it was still snowing. And then he blinked and he blinked. And when Old Bear walked out into the beautiful spring day, it took him a minute to realize that he wasn't dreaming. And look at the beautiful flowers, all colors, and the grass and the trees are green again. And spring is coming for the little bear. And Old Bear walked off to see what was up now. And that's the end of the first story. Our second story is Big Bear Burrows to Town. And here we have a big brown bear going to town, and he's got a friend, Mr. Rat, in his shiny car, and this story is by David McPhail. And here we have Big Brown Bear in his nightshirt, so it must be morning, and he's blowing on his cereal because it's too hot to eat. So while Big Brown Bear waited for his oatmeal to cool off, he went outside to get the mail. There's this mailbox, BBB, for Big Brown Bear. It must have rained in the night because there were puddles everywhere, but the letters inside his mailbox were dry as a bone. What a good mailbox I have, declared Big Brown Bear. No matter how hard it rains, the mail never gets wet. He was walking back up the path to his house when he noticed that his friend Rat's little yellow car had filled up with rainwater. So Big Brown Bear picked up the car, emptied it, and put it back down. And just then Rat appeared. He was carrying a bucket. What's the bucket for, Rat? Big Brown Bear asked. Well, every time it rains, my car fills up with water, replied Rat, so I use the bucket to bail it out. Too late, said Big Brown Bear. I already took care of that. Oh, thank you, said Rat. You saved me a lot of time and hard work. Oh, I'm glad to help, said Bear. Why don't you bring the car inside when it rains? Oh, it won't fit through my doorway, explained Rat. If only I had a nice, dry place to keep it. Yes, that would be good, agreed Bear. And then he had an idea. I'm going to town now, Rat told Bear. Would you like to come with me? Yes, I would, replied Bear. There's something I'd like to get. So Rat started up the car and off to town they went. Where do you want to go? Asked Rat. Well, I want to go to the hardware store, said Big Brown Bear, but first I need to stop at the bank. The bank it is then, shouted Rat over the wind, and away they went. Whee! Off to town. When they arrived at the bank, Rat steered the car right through the door. He screeched to a halt at the teller's window. Now, it's a pretty busy bank. Look at everybody there. May I help you? The teller asked. I would like some money, said Big Brown Bear. Oh, and how much would you like? The teller inquired pleasantly. Oh, enough to buy something at the hardware store, explained Big Brown Bear. And then he leaned forward and he whispered so the teller could hear him, but Rat couldn't hear him. And the teller counted up the money and handed it to Big Brown Bear. Now to the hardware store, Rat, said Big Brown Bear, if you please, and off they zoomed again. Now they got a couple of dogs seeing what's going on with these guys. When they got to the hardware store, Big Brown Bear jumped off the car and dashed inside. I'll be right out, he called to Rat. And Rat went to do his errand and said, I'll be right back. Oh, and here we are at the nice hardware store. Look at all the stuff in the windows. Paints and tools, all kinds of things. So Rat was waiting when Big Brown Bear came out of the hardware store carrying a box. What's in the box? Bear asked Rat. Oh, you'll see soon enough, Big Brown Bear replied. You've been awfully secretive today, Bear, said Rat. And did you know that whispering is rude? Oh, I'm sorry, Rat, said Big Brown Bear. I certainly didn't mean to be rude. Oh, it's no big deal, said Rat. It's just not like you is all. Maybe when we get home things will explain themselves, said Big Brown Bear. So home they go, said Rat, and in no time they were there. And here's Big Brown Bear with his box. That's a surprise and a secret. Now please close your eyes, Rat, said Big Brown Bear, and don't open them till I tell you to. As Rat waited, he heard the sound of a box being torn open, and then he heard the sound of metal creaking. Okay, Rat, cried Big Brown Bear, you can look now. And when Rat looked, he saw this shiny yellow car was missing. And this place was, well, what is that anyways? Yeah, what is that? What does it look like? It's a mailbox with Rat's name on it. Just like the one that stood on a post in front of Big Brown Bear's house. Oh, what do you think, Rat? Asked Big Brown Bear excitedly. Well, it's the Beauty Bear, answered the somewhat bewildered Rat, but honestly, I don't need something that big. I don't get a lot of mail, you know. Oh, Big Brown Bear smiled. It's not for your mail, he said. It's for your car. And then he opened the door to reveal a little yellow car sitting snugly and securely inside. Oh, Bear, cried Rat, it's brilliant. Now my car has a nice dry house of its own. What a smart idea, hey? Yes, indeed, Rat, said Big Brown Bear as drops of rain began to fall. Now, do you mind telling me what your errand was? Rat went inside and came back with a large sack. Well, I went to get brown sugar. It was for my oatmeal, he said. Marvelous, said Bear. It just so happens that I made some oatmeal this morning, and I imagine it's cool enough by now. And sure enough, it was. And there's the two friends having breakfast together. And that's our second story. Our third story is The Bear in the Cave. And this is by Michael Rosen. And the pictures are by Adrian Reynolds. And they're quite pretty. And we start off at the beach. A bear in the cave. I'm a bear in a cave. In a cave? In a cave, all alone. I'm a bear all alone. All alone? All alone. And I sing to myself all day. Doobie-doo, doobie-doo, doobie-doodly-doo. I walk by the sea. By the sea. By the sea. And I play with the waves all day. Splishity-splash, splishity-splash, splishity-splashity-splish. One day I heard a noise. Heard a noise? Heard a noise. It came from far away. Far away? Far away. The sound of the city in my ears. Rummy rum. Rummy rum. Rummy, rummity room. Lots of cars, eh? So I got a ticket to the city. To the city? To the city. And I traveled to the city, far away. You can see him on the train here, looking out the window. Choppity chop, choppity chop, choppity choppity chop. I saw people rushing past. Rushing past? Rushing past. I saw buildings up to the sky. Up to the sky, really. Up to the sky. And cars flew by all day. Whooshity whoosh, whooshity whoosh, whooshity whooshity whoosh. On a busy looking street. And I went to the market. To the market? To the market. Bananas, fish and shoes. Fish and shoes. Fish and shoes. When people shouting all day long, you gotta buy this, you gotta buy this, you gotta buy that, you gotta buy this city that. And there's lots of people walking in the market, and lots of things for sale, and there's the bear in the crowd. I ran to the park. To the park? To the park. I sat on a swing. On a swing? On a swing. How many of you guys like to swing? I love to swing. Everyone laughed at me there. Hee hee hee. Hee hee hee. Hee 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 hee. I ran away down the street. Down the street? Down the street. I sat on a bench. On a bench? On a bench. I heard some people coming near and they said, "It's a bear." It's a bear? It's a bear. Well, it looks like it's lost. Like it's lost? Like it's lost. Well, then said all these little children, "Let's take it home by the sea. Follow us, follow us, follow us to the us." And away they go. Through the park. Hee hee hee. Hee hee hee. Hee 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 hee. Through the market, you gotta buy this, you gotta buy that, you gotta buy the city that. Past the cars, whooshity whoosh, whooshy whoosh, whooshity whooshity whoosh. On the train, choppity chop, choppity chop, choppity chop, choppity choppity chop. In the city, in my ears, vroom vroom, vroomy vroom, vroomity vroomity vroom. To the sea, to splash by the waves. Splishity splash, splishity splash, splishity splashity splish. And everybody's playing by the sea. To sing all day. Doobie-doo, doobie-doo, doobie-doo-lee. Looks like they're all on asleep. And that's the end of The Bear in the Cave. And we have some other books in the library too you might want to check out.